I have not shared personally about the global situation in a long time on purpose, because I haven't really known how to be helpful for myself. How do I be, what do I do? Where do I put my focus? You know, in the first lockdown that we had in Melbourne, my attention was really very much on keeping my vibration high and helping to spread a high vibration for everybody else, for the world, planetary vibration. But this time it's been a lot more challenging, and there's been I don't need to say it, but there's been a real division amongst people because of our beliefs, and it's not healthy. There's a lot that's not healthy about it. And so I've been really sitting and waiting for guidance and how to make the best, how to offer help, or how to most positively benefit or influence the situation. And what I had a moment this morning that made it all really kind of brought all the pieces together. I was driving my car and I saw this old man on the side of the road. He was clearly going for a walk, and he stopped and he did that face, that thing that you do when you've started to go for a walk and then you realise, oh shit, I forgot my mask. I've done it myself. He's walking and he goes, and then turned around, and I was just like, I know that face. So I pulled over, and I have spare masks in my glove compartment, and I just hung one out the window and waved it at him, and he came up. He's like, oh, thanks, I was just leaving, la la la. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And then I drove off, and it felt nice. It felt so good to be able to help someone, because as human beings we like helping people, right? And it always feels good. And then it all just kind of clicked together how I think the biggest challenge for me in amongst all of this hasn't been the lockdown. Right now it's challenging because of my own personal reasons. I'm unable to work very much because I have a young child at home with me all the time, and I adore him. And for me, it's about constantly choosing the situation that I'm in, and it's hard to do that when you haven't been consciously the person to choose it. We're part of a collective unconscious. Anyway, that's my own personal challenge with the lockdown. But up until now, the lockdown itself hasn't been the challenge. The biggest challenge for me has been the division amongst people, and especially seeing people that I love and really love and respect getting mean on social media. And I understand that, we are starting to get frustrated and angry and wanting to blame something or someone. And so there is a really healthy way about doing that, and there are some people that are doing that and they're leading the way. But what really was making it hard for me was seeing so many people that I love just being mean and derogatory and putting people down for not having the same opinion or the same viewpoint. And it's just not great, So I'm not saying anything new that anybody doesn't know, but how do we move forward? Well, for me, I'm starting to realize that the best way to move forward is to, question things that you don't, or that we don't believe in, or that we don't feel are right, but question them rather than making accusations blindly or wildly, or at least not in a mean way. But instead of making accusations, asking questions, and or delivering or presenting or sharing information that we have without a personal attack at the person we're sharing it with. There's certainly some things that is happening, particularly in Melbourne, that are questionable. Is this the right thing to do? Is having the curfew the right thing to do? And if it is, based on what data? Is the further lockdown the right thing to do? And if so, then based on what data? And I have my own opinions on what the right thing to do is, and that's not what this post is about. And the reason I have my own opinions is because I have done a lot of my own research, and I know which sources I trust. And so I've been able to devise my own way of seeing things. And I'm happy with that, but I'm also extremely open to information. Personally, I think that there are some aspects of how we're doing things that there's not enough information on, and people want to know that. And so I want to give some love and some power to the people who are, there's a few people, like I know personally, like maybe 4 people who are just doing such an amazing job of questioning decisions, but not just questioning them because they don't like them, questioning them and then looking at what's going on, where's the information, where's the data, finding it and then sharing it. And wow, I just want to give some power to those people, because you doing that means I don't need to. And I trust you. I found some people that I trust to share that information with me, which is fantastic. Ultimately, my path in this is to feel the love and the acceptance and the greater picture in everything that's going on. And I've realized that by me constantly digging into what's wrong doesn't help me to help create what's right. And so what's right for me at the moment is connection, in the small connections that we're allowed. I'm lucky that I live with my partner and my son, and also that we live in a neighborhood where we see people on the street when we go for our walks. And if you're going for your walk with someone, for that hour, really focusing on that, and then just being in my heart with that, and being sad as well for what we're letting go of, because we're letting go of something. It's like the end of a relationship. It doesn't mean you'll never have another one again, but you won't have that one again. So it's, being sad is fine. Being angry is fine too. Angry is a wonderful action emotion that gets you off your butt and doing things. Just, we just need to be careful to be angry at the right thing. For me, I have moments of being angry, and for me, I'm angry at the fucking virus that's out there. I'm angry that it's still there and that we haven't moved forward. I've also been angry at the people who are being mean to each other and making really wild accusations. But I've softened on that and have a lot more love and acceptance of it, because I understand that people are scared, people are angry, people don't know what to do, people feel helpless. And so I think there's going to be some people who need to fight, and I send you a lot of love and gratitude that you're a fighter and that's what you're here to do. And I bless you and hope that you do it with complete love and compassion and empathy. I like to think of the fighting spirit of Gandhi. He fought one of the biggest systems in the world and won, and he did it with the most love and gentleness. And for the rest of you who aren't in the mode of fighting, you can help this by being in your heart and by tuning in. And we've got fatigue, we've got lockdown fatigue, we've got trauma fatigue right now, but we have to come back to that, like channel that energy into what you can do, channel that energy into being in your garden, or having a beautiful bath, or just know that this time won't come again. Remember that. It's like being on, if any of you have been on a silent retreat before, remember that feeling where it's like, oh, I'm going to go on a silent retreat, it'll be lovely, it'll be great, and then it's just fucked up and so intense and all the demons are coming up and it can be really hard, but you just know that it's not going to come again, so make the most of it. And just try and stay in the vibration of love. And if that means not engaging in the debate and not engaging in all of the info wars, then don't. And those of you who do, and that's your calling, then let's just give them love and energy to do that. I have had open debate about things, because I have a very particular type of makeup where a lot of my energy and a lot of my astrology and numerology and everything is around justice. So I tend to be one of the types of people who is really interested in information and less needing it to be the answer to be A or B, but really just wanting really good quality information. So I've had some, open debates on social media, trying to get to the bottom of the good quality information, because clearly there's information that supports all views that's going on. So for me, it's been about, okay, well, this bit of information says this. Well, is there any other information that says, contrary to that, and where do they meet in the middle, and who's saying what. And so I've gone down that rabbit hole, and I feel like I've come to a place of knowing how I feel about it, and certainly knowing which sources, give me good quality information. Anyway, I digress. I will be not engaging so much in the debate anymore and coming back to the guidance that I'm getting and how to be of assistance and to be more tender with myself and my family. Being really present to these precious, precious moments that I'm in at the moment of being in isolation and getting the most out of that. What happens, I get to listen, I get to heal, I get to feel my emotions. So I'm going to be focusing on that. However, people will still have their discussions, and I'm open to that. But my space, my wall, my social media accounts will remain a place for open discussion in kindness and respect. And I've said it on my wall, on my personal page, but I want to say here too that any bullying, any meanness, and any mansplaining, and I said, I say whichever gender, and that's been an interesting one for me. People telling me that don't know me. I've got a lot of friends who I don't know because of my work, and jumping on and saying, you need to stop being on the media, and you need to understand spiritual blah blah. And I'm like, dude, literally don't have a TV, literally stopped listening to mainstream media when I left home, my parents' home at 16. It's like, you don't know, you're just mansplaining, and women can mansplain too. So yeah, mansplaining, personal attacks, meanness, bullying, I won't tolerate any of that in my environment, and that includes my social media. So it'll be deleted, and I'll delete people as friends if they do that as well, because I am dedicated to cultivating our power as being in love and focusing on what we do want and being that now. Anyway, I wanted to share with you all finally. Oh, you see my son's writing on the wall. It's back to front. Birthday something or other. That was from my birthday the other week. They all roll into one, right? Don't get me wrong, I am very, very keen for this lockdown to finish and for us to go into having beautiful, open, sharing time. Love to you all.